Don't know if it's just me, but Herrscher battlesuits maybe don't feel like as big a deal as they used to be. With that being said, we do have a hypercharged Kiyame double release, plus super powerful elf on its way, and many players have been wondering if these battlesuits are as powerful as they seem, how long they'll be in the meta, and which one to prioritize. In version 6.3, we're introduced to the Herrscher of Truth, being in the historically controversial Silver Wing banner, which was introduced with Silver Wing, hence the name. The Herrscher of Truth has actually come to restore Bronya's reputation. Primarily at S0 and without acquiring her signature gear, the Herrscher of Truth works as an elemental support for both fire and lightning teams. Since her introduction, she has become a must-have support for these two elements, effectively replacing her predecessor in Elemental Breach, Azir Imperia, and dedicated lightning elemental support, Prinzessin Diva Ertelong. Now, there are a few nuances when it comes to identifying her strengths. For one, not only are her support damage numbers impressive, her support skills are also easy to activate. With Azir already being good, it goes without saying that having her signature gear will turn her into a beast of an elemental support, only needing to use her weapon active, one basic attack, and then entering continuation form for most openers. Naturally, on second rotation or sometimes first rotation in the Abyss, we'll use her continuation form combo attack and then ulti before switching out. Not only will she provide elemental support buffs, she will also provide SP to the team. On top of all of that, she is capable of dealing quite a significant amount of damage, and as an imaginary type battlesuit, she also has a pretty easily accessible imaginary core execution attack. So naturally, though not entirely necessary, I'd say going for her signature gear is definitely something players would want to do. Though she can run just about any existing support Sigmata set, including Ozlok for fire and Handle for lightning teams, her weapon is not so easily replaced. The reason for that is her signature weapon's ability to fill her unique passive gauge, unlocking a mecha weapon on cast. Players without her weapon can work around this by starting with her basic attack to quickly get to the 4th sequence. Depending on the boss, an early ultimate evasion can be worked into the opening of the strat. Though some strats might require not having her QTE on, players without her weapon could rework the strat to include her QTE so they can get the extra mecha weapon unlocked. Unlike her Stigmata, she doesn't have many options when it comes to weapons, so just about any weapon can be used as a stat stick. So that's about as technical as we're gonna go. This is pretty much a general impression on the battlesuit and where it stands, so people can decide if it's worth pulling. Right now, the Herrscher of Truth taking over Azir Imperia is already huge, considering Azir Imperia has held that position of Elemental Jesus for about 3 years. This means the Herrscher of Truth's longevity in the meta is expected to be longer than most other, if not all other recently released battlesuits. Being a strong support for more than one element is also one of the reasons she'll be able to be more widely used even after many updates. Aside from the earlier mentioned SP regen for the team, she also has a strong self-SP farming kit, which is part of why she can rotate more quickly. As part of her kit, Project Bunny enters the field with her, and will stay on the field even when the Herrscher of Truth switches out, providing her with 0.5 SP per second while she's off the field. She can also gain 4 SP per unlocked mecha weapon, and provides 4, 10, or 18 SP to her teammates when switching out with 1, 2, or 3 unlocked mecha weapons. The greatest part of her SP farming kit is that none of it comes with her equipment, making her an effective support at S0, 0 out of 4. And even though the weapon does make her easier to use, it's not a matter of availability, just a matter of convenience. So just how important is the Herrscher of Truth? She most definitely fits into the category of a must-have. If you're in the early game, which basically means you're so new that you barely have even a full team or fully geared battlesuits, she'll basically carry you through any content all the way till Captain level 80, and even beyond that, especially if you try to gear her up. In Masters, her Ice Elemental damage even at S0 would still be rather significant. She also covers imaginary type stages with a rather easily accessible execution attack. She's decent in the Elysian realm, but she's not like a super carry, so she's just like mid-range, I guess. Naturally, any stages that will greatly resist ice or range damage are going to be hard altogether. Quantum type stages will also be harder due to her type disadvantage. However, even in these situations, she'll still be able to carry the team with being a support and having the DPS be the one deal with the stage conditions. If you're kinda in mid-game, meaning you have teams already forming but maybe not complete, like you're missing some signature gear or missing a battlesuit to complete a team, the Herrscher of Truth would fill in a lot of gaps for for 3 different elements, so getting her would definitely improve your combat capabilities. For endgame players, more so for players looking to be competitive, she falls in the category of a must-have, including needing her gear. So this goes without saying, when it comes to gear, you would definitely want to work towards fully gearing her, but for early and mid-game players, it's not easy to replace her, even if she's at S0 and no gear, but definitely at the end game, you would find yourself with other options that might be better, so when you're there, you would probably want to fully gear her right off the bat. So that's it for the Herrscher of Truth. If you guys are looking for info on the other 2 Herrschers, I will be doing videos on those shortly, so do look out for them. In the meantime, this has been MG. I hope the video has been helpful, and I will see you guys around. Bye-bye.